What up, you fluffy bastards? My name is Liquid Blitz, and welcome to my second Superclass loadout for Black Ops 4. For those of you who don't know, my Superclasses are a series of powerful or just straight up fun classes to use. This class today I have appropriately named Rambo. I mean, to be honest, it really was the only choice for the name. Light machine gun, fast moving, designed to constantly push the enemy. Dude, Rambo. Now, one complaint of Superclass number 1, and it's a valid complaint, was lack of damage in core game modes. Now, I am a hardcore player only, so I admit I largely overlooked core difficulty, so this time round, I basically thought, hey, let's make something with such high damage that core basically feels like hardcore. And ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to announce I succeeded. As is my style, all the info is already on the screen just in case you don't want to listen to me. Firstly, let's briefly go through the loadout, and then I'll switch the background to gameplay as we discuss the strengths of this class. And finally, we'll look at some quick gameplay tips to make the most of this setup. Alright, first of all, let's start with the centerpiece of this class. The weapon is the VKM LMG, the highest damage LMG. And for those of you who prefer the Titan or the Hades LMGs, don't worry, I've already got superclasses in mind for them, so all in good time. Now, the VKM here really is the centerpiece because, as you can see, I've got 5 attachments on it. We've got the reflex sight, high caliber 1 and 2, rapid fire, and quick draw. Now, to get all those attachments, you'll need to equip the wildcards Primary Gunfighter 1 and 2. For perks, we only have 2 this time round, Lightweight and Ghost. Now, the score streaks that I've chosen for this particular superclass, and I'll get to the reasons why in a minute, are UAV, Counter UAV, and Drone Squad. Now, unlike superclass number 1, this Rambo superclass has a very specific specialist that I recommend you use, and that's Ruin. Now, if you're playing hardcore and Ruin is already taken, my backup choice, although it's not nearly as good, is Seraph for the tac deploy, just to let you get back into the action a bit faster. Anyway, that's the loadout. Now let's move on to the strengths of this loadout and why I've chosen all of these specific things. The first major strength, and it is the biggest strength, is the crazy high damage output of this weapon. The VKM is already the highest damage LMG by a long way. Throw onto that high caliber 1 and 2, which increases the damage to the head and chest, and then throw on top of that rapid fire for faster shooting, and you are looking at some serious firepower. Rambo! In addition to all that, we have a weakness that must be addressed. Since LMGs are pretty sort of sluggish and slow, I've thrown quick draw on too, so now it aims sort of fast enough to keep up with assault rifle sort of speed. Now, all that power is just the weapon. We haven't even moved on to anything else yet. LMGs don't just aim down sights slower than other weapons, you also run slower with them. So to counter that slowdown, lightweight, that at least speeds you up to sort of the same level again as an assault rifle. I'm telling you, Rambo. Seriously, just Rambo. This class is designed to be powerful, but also pretty speedy sort of relative for an LMG, hence why I chose quick draw and lightweight, just to generally speed things up a bit. And it's also why Ruin is a must-have for this class. That grapple gun that he has is a gift from the Call of Duty gods. It makes it so much easier getting around the map. I mean, I suggest that you use it whenever it's on cooldown, especially to get to high places very quickly, or just across sort of open flat ground faster as well. Now, those are all the main powerful strengths of this class, so let's just rattle off all the other smaller ones. No fall damage, again thanks to lightweight. Ghost, of course, will keep you invisible to enemy UAV as long as you keep moving. And the last strength. I've chosen for this loadout only instant to use score streaks, meaning you press a button and it happens. You don't have to waste time controlling or placing anything. And this, of course, allows you to spend all of your time just constantly pushing the enemy for higher scores. Rambo! Anyway, let's move on to some specific gameplay tips to make the most of this loadout. I mean, to be honest, you've already got a good sense of how to use this class just by going through all those strengths, but I've got a couple of decent tips. First tip, aim for the chest. High caliber 1 increases headshot damage, but perhaps most importantly, high caliber 2 increases upper chest damage. Now that's a big deal, so naturally aiming at the chest, you're going to do more damage anyway. But the important point is, on top of that, the recoil has a better chance of sort of naturally climbing up for a quick follow-up headshot. So yeah, my advice is always try and aim for the chest. My next tip is more of a general playstyle tip. As with any of the more sort of speedy, offensive loadouts, if you keep pushing the enemy relentlessly, you're always going to end up with higher scores than if you sort of decide to take things a bit slower. Also, I should make the point that the point of equipping Ghost instead of a rocket launcher was so that you can spend all of your time literally just constantly pushing the enemy and not wasting your time whipping out your launcher every single time an enemy calls a UAV. I've always thought that Ghost versus Rocket Launcher, for fast-paced classes, Ghost beats Rocket Launcher every time. Now, bringing it back for this Superclass loadout specifically, the drone squad score streak follows you sort of nice and closely, so if you're constantly pushing the enemy, the drones will be right there all the time, staring your enemies in the face. Rambo! Anyway, that is it for this Superclass. I know you're going to have fun using this one. Like this video if you liked it, like this video if you didn't like it, subscribe if you want to see more similar content, and I live stream regularly, but only over on Twitch. There's a link in the description to my Twitch channel. Hope to see some of you guys over there. Liquid Blitz, out.